Hello and welcome to my review of Commander Dante. Oh wait, that's the old model. This model will cost you £27.50. Since he was released a couple of weeks ago, he's been out of stock, been pretty tough to get hold of him. He is a plastic miniature and consists of 26 plastic components. When Morgan Ra was first released as a Phoenix Lord at £27.50 for only 14 components, I thought that would be the status quo, and I wasn't wrong. Games Workshop are now charging almost £30 for these one-off characters. At least Dante has nearly double the amount of parts. He's a little bit of a project, I think, but at the end of the day, he's still a single miniature. Now, the format of this review, I'll take a look at the miniature up close. There are no spare parts. What you see is what you get. Then I'll go through the size comparisons, including a size comparison with my 1990s metal Dante miniature. And finally, I'll go through all of his brand new rules, which you can actually find on the Warhammer community website for free. And that is a sign of things to come, with the rules being free and the day sheets being free in the upcoming 10th edition. So let's have a look at the miniature himself. I think it's fantastic. It's a big upgrade from the metal or fine cast version we had all those years ago. He has crossed the Rubicon, obviously. He's much larger, much more of a presence. Again, I don't know what it is with Games Workshop putting, and Forge World putting Blood Angels on precariously balanced kind of scenic pieces. I'm not sure. I'd probably say this works more maybe than Sanguinius, but Sanguinius's base, well, we'll compare him to Sanguinius a bit later. That works if you've got the full base, but it doesn't work as much if you've only got the partial base, whereas this kind of all goes together. Fully in the Primaris realm, we've got a Primaris head there on the base. I would have preferred some kind of demon or World Eater, maybe like a Con Berserker, but oh well. The pistol is looking absolutely gorgeous, much improved from the bog standard Inferno pistol from 2nd edition and beyond. I think anybody could have got an Inferno pistol, but this time Dante's pistol is actually been given a name. It's the Perdition pistol, which is quite nice. Of course, he has the Death Mask of Sanguinius. Very resplendent. I think it's never looked so good. There's incredible attention to detail to the winged chest filigree and you know, the ab armor as well as the winged skull. The axe has been given a name for a while, the axe Mortalis, I think it's called, but now it does look absolutely fantastic in its plastic counterpart, whereas before it looked a bit stubby. I really like what they've done with the Iron Halo though, in the same vein that they did with, much in the same vein as they've done with Celestine and other Imperial models previously, that they've made the Iron Halo kind of tilted and above. Even Guilliman's is similar to that. He's got his grenade, he's got some purity seals, long purity seals, he's got a bit of a loin cape thing. The jump pack is fantastic. This isn't the first time, as I mentioned in the unboxing, that we've got a Primaris jump pack. I think Shrike in his Primaris form also had one. So we've seen what they will look like before, and I think when they release the Assault Primaris Space Marines, they'll have this kind of quad jet system with the 2 large thrusters and 2 support thrusters with adjustment flaps or wings or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, there's Blood Angels iconography all over, everything from the winged skulls on his boots to his Mortalis, to his Perdition pistol, to his shoulder pauldrons, even on the jump pack itself. So yeah, stunning model. I've already seen a few paint jobs and things of him, so yeah, it's going to be similar to what the previous one was, but then more so in terms of people's painting skill and things that they apply to Dante. Fantastic mini and a decent update to the previous model. Of course, there are no spare parts, so we'll get straight into the size comparisons and things. And first thing I want to do is just compare him to my OG metal 25mm blue tack based Dante that I've had since the 90s. He's heavier, obviously, but look at the statue there. Already this was a cool mini, and I always liked taking him because he had his invulnerable save, he was fast, he had his power axe, and he had an inferno pistol, so he could go around popping tanks and also taking out regular space marines. Yeah, lovely mini, but as you can tell, has been completely revamped and upgraded, crossed the Rubicon, and he's much bigger. I think, yeah, by a couple of feet really, isn't he? Look at the axe as well, has been improved. The pistol, again, the pistol is longer now, just by a little bit, but you know, it does make all the difference. But anyway, if you had one of these in metal or resin, that's where, you know, new Dante will measure up. It just makes me wish that they bring out, you know, Primaris specific Blood Angels, or, you know, jump pack units. I'm sure we'll get them at some point. But yeah, speaking of which, here's just a normal Space Marine with a jump pack to give you an idea of size. Of course, I want to give you a comparison of him with, you know, his Primarch, or was his Primarch, Sanguinius. Not sure that you'd use them in the same game or same battle, of course, but at least it just highlights the size. I mean, maybe a good comparison also is, because they're in the same universe now, is with Angron right here. So if you wanted to pit them against each other, if you wanted to, you know, that gives you an idea just how big Angron is next to, well, Sanguinius and Dante. I never ever thought I'd see all these three in the same image. Oh, can only imagine what more items they've got up their sleeves. But anyway, final comparison I always like to make is just with the regular Imperium minis. So we have a sort of legacy Space Marine here, which of course is a couple of foot shorter, so, and then we've got a Primaris. He seems similar, if not a bit taller than Primaris. I think that's mainly due to the pose. I think he's completely outstretched and flying. And then Sly Marbo is barely up to the chest plate. So I really should get some new Cadians though, to give you like an updated comparison, because they are a little bit okay, bigger. So this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for Commander Dante. As I said before, you'll find the rules on the Warhammer community website. All you need to do is just type in like Commander Dante and they should pop up. So in case you weren't aware, he is an HQ choice. He's a power points cost of an 8 and a points cost of 175 points. I think in the old rules he was a bit cheaper at 165 points, and he's always hovered about 150 points or so. He's been a bit of a chunk of points, but worth it. So his stat line reads: his movement of 12 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill are both 2+, strength and toughness both 4, 7 wounds, 7 attacks, leadership 9, and a save of 2+. So he has had a bump to his stat line in both wounds and attacks. He's equipped with a Perdition pistol, the Axe Mortalis, frag grenades, crack grenades, and your army can only include one Commander Dante model. The Perdition pistol then, that's had a buff to the range compared to a normal Inferno pistol. It's now a 9-inch range. It's still pistol 1, and it's still strength 8, AP -4, but it's now damage D6 +2. So that means that it's going to have a minimum base damage of 3, with the potential of giving it damage 8. Abilities. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, if a hit is scored, draw a line between the closest point of this model's base and that of the closest model in the target unit. Make 1 wound roll against the target unit and each other unit this line passes over, excluding units that were not eligible to be targeted by this weapon when targets were selected. So it's now like a beam weapon where it's causing wounds with the models and things it's going through. Now, I'm not sure whether you can draw much of a line for those 9 inches between units and things, but it's still something. The Axe Mortalis works the same as it did before. So it's a strength +3, which would be 7, AP -3, damage 2. Not the best, you know, it could have been nice if it was, I don't know, damage 3 or damage D3 or AP -4, but yeah, it's an axe. You've got frag grenades and crack grenades work as usual. Abilities, Angels of Death, Death from Above, Death Mask of Sanguinius. Each time an attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll. Now that's, yeah, pretty decent. Iron Halo, it's a 4+ and vulnerable save. Lord Regent of the Imperium Nihilus. If your army is battle forged, when you select this model to be your warlord, you receive 1 additional command point. It's quite nice. Chapter Master. In your command phase, select 1 friendly Blood Angels Corps or Blood Angels character unit within 6 inches of this model until the start of your next command phase. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. Rites of Battle. When a friendly Blood Angels Corps unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, re-roll a hit roll of 1. Epic Hero of the Imperium. Once per battle, if this model is selected to use an epic deed stratagem, that stratagem costs 0 command points. Keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Blood Angels, Infantry character, Jump Pack, Fly, Primaris, Chapter Master, Commander Dante. So there you go, that is my Commander Dante review. If you can overlook that high initial price point, it is a gorgeous looking model, a great update to the OG Dante, and the rules are pretty good too. He can still whip around at 12 inches, he's got more wounds than ever now that he's Primaris. The Perdition Pistol has had a, you know, range upgrade. You know, yes, it would have been nice to have it as a full 12 inches or so, like a foot long, but 9 inches is still nothing to really complain about, especially now that it has the thickness, the beam rule as well, that can inflict more wounds. I just wish that the axe would have a little bit more something to it. But what do you guys think? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.